every now and then I peruse the asexuality Reddit, and some of the time I comment on things, most of the time I just look at things, and every now and then I see something which is really cool. And when something's really cool, I like to share it with people, like you. Like I said, the other day I was perusing Reddit, and someone made a poll asking about physical affection in regards to asexuality. So the idea was to gauge what aces were comfortable with physically, whether that be in a romantic relationship or otherwise. So there were just a few questions, and I'll go over them now, and then we can see what the responses were like. I'll leave a link to the poll in the description below, and it was done by a Reddit user, Kenny Van Cullen. So yes, the poll is over now, but you can go see the results for yourself if you want to in the link. With that out of the way, let's get started. I apologise if I'm not very loud, I have a sore throat, as you can probably tell from my voice. So the first question was just asking about people's orientation. So the majority, 83% were identified as asexual, then 8% demi, 6.1 questioning, 1.4 grey ace, 0.8 ego or autocorosexual, and 0.7% allosexual. So yeah, basically the majority were ace, and the grand majority were asexual. The second question was about romantic orientation. So about 1/4 was heteroromantic, about the same was aromantic, then it went questioning by pan, homo, and demi. When I look at something like this, it's like, I realise how tiny my dating pool is. It's like, so if we assume 1% asexual, and then add up the bi, pan, and homo romantic from this one, which is about 30%. So what are we on now? 0.01 times 0.3, which is 0.003 times 10 to the minus 3. And then half that, because guys. So if I wanted to, just by that rough estimate, if I wanted to date someone who was asexual and a guy and attracted to me, then romantically, then that would be 1.5 times 10 to the minus 3, which is, which is 0.15% of people. So yeah, so the reason that I wanted to look at this is because I see myself as a more physical, sensually affectionate ace. I'm comfortable with a lot more things than I know a lot of other aces are. Like I like kissing and making out and cuddling. I don't really mind nudity. It's just the sex itself which I don't like. And I wanted to see whether that was true, whether I am above average in terms of physical and sensual affection. The first question was, do you like kissing? We got about 1/4 no, 1/4 not sure, 1/4 only of romantic partners, and then I don't mind and yes were split between the last 1/4. So if you did a similar survey of allos, I think you'd find a grand majority of people do like kissing. And you can definitely see there's a difference there. That there's a lot fewer people who like kissing within the ace community, which makes sense. And yeah, I would be in the yes but only of romantic partners category. I'm quite touch averse when it comes to 99% of people, and then that one person, I will just jump on them. There was also an option to give written answers, and some of the examples given here were yes but on the lips / not with tongue, not with spit, and yes but only short kisses, pecking. Aces aren't really up for making out as much as allos would be. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world. I do enjoy it every now and then, but I could live without it. Now, the most important question, do you like cuddling? So 50-ish% yes, about 1/4 yes but only of romantic partners, and then the rest between no, I don't mind, not sure. I would once again fall in yes, but only with romantic partners. As my friends know, if someone touches me, I don't like it. Makes me very uncomfortable and horrible feelings. Yeah, I can be quite touch-averse when it comes to everyone other than a romantic partner if it's not in a romantic setting and I don't like the person. But I don't think I could be in a relationship without cuddling. I just need it. Physical affection is nice. And then next question was, would you have sex? So there is no, which is 48.9%. Yes, about 30%. I'm not sure for 18%, and I have in the past, but I wouldn't now, was 10%. I'm in that latter category. I have had sex in the past for a relationship. It was completely consensual and fine, but I didn't really like it, and I think ideally I would want a relationship without sex. And yes, at the moment when I'm thinking about dating, I'm going to put a hard boundary on sex. I'm going to say no, I don't want sex, because that's something I really don't want in my life at the moment. There's still a large proportion of respondents who are mostly gays who said yes to would they have sex. I'm curious to find out why. Unfortunately, the next question may answer just that. So 58.5% of people said that they would have sex to make their partner happy. That is the overwhelming majority of responses. It makes sense. That's why I had sex in the past. It just, if it doesn't make you uncomfortable, if it's something that you're willing to do, it makes total sense that you would do it for a partner, for a romantic relationship. Then 11% I like it. Around 10% for curiosity, to see if I like it. That's a valid reason. You just have to be careful that you're doing it for yourself and not for someone else or for due to societal expectations. Because it's fair enough to be curious and to try something, but sex can be a very vulnerable activity, so you need to do it with someone you trust, and you need to feel safe first and foremost. And you shouldn't feel pressured by anyone around you, whether that be a romantic partner, whether that be friends, whether that be society in general, to have sex if you don't want to. And finally, 7.4% to have a baby. That also makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised there wasn't a higher amount. I guess many people aren't thinking about that at the moment. I don't know the age range of this poll. But yeah, if you just have sex to make a baby, and then you're like, here is the baby, and then you stop doing it, that makes sense. Okay, so I think that was pretty much everything in the poll. I know this will have been a shorter video. Sore throat, doing lots of other things at the moment, so I'm trying to keep the videos short and sweet. Hopefully sweet. Hopefully I don't blend into the sofa and just become a floating head. But yes, if you have any comments on this poll or anything you want to say about any of the questions, were you surprised by the responses, were they what you expected? I think that was about what I expected, maybe a bit more. Like, I think the responses were a bit more positive physical affection than I expected. There were a lot of people open to more things, but it didn't go into, I guess, more intimate, sensual activities and things like nudity and making out. It did, making out was mentioned by some of the commenters, but yes, thank you, that person who made the poll, who I mentioned earlier, and whose name I've completely forgotten in the last 13 minutes. Also, you probably already heard by now, but I'm going to mention it at the end of every video anyway now. I'm nearly at 500 subscribers? Yes, 500, which is crazy. So, I'm going to do a Q&A for 500, so if you have any questions, then feel free to comment them down below. I will answer every one of them, unless you give me too many, in which case I won't answer all of them. I think that's all I had to say today. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. I post videos every Saturday, so if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. That's all I had to say today. Have a wonderful day, and I shall see you next time.